Well, we're back live. We've just had an error on the system. I managed to resume, but we're on a new stream. So, welcome back. We are on a new stream. We apologise that we lost transmission there. Don't really know what happened. It just dropped out the signal, so unusual for our equipment to do that. May have just been some glitch in the internet. So we'll check our cabling. Bowl from Chris Key. There's a fair bit of room available though for the West's skipper, Maria Calabrese, to draw a shot well and truly in bounds. Still 2 bowls to go on this 14th end. She's just run through. That's the bowl to beat for Chris Key. Probably holding a couple, so big chance to just push that lead back out. Only having a look at a few bowls in this count. And this is nearly a free kick. Needs to really make this count and, well, hasn't sent it. Probably need to put the tape on this. Just go around. Well, must only be a chance for the second if they're measuring the Kingswood bowl first. Logic would dictate you measure the closest of the West's bowls and then go around. It's only a 2-bowl measure. Just compare the two. be establishing which is the closest of the West Bowls. Well, umpire being called to do a measure here. Just measuring the ones at the front mustn't be in the count. Two to Kingswood. So 2/3 of the match gone, and it's a 3-shot lead to Kingswood at this stage. Fairly handy to be in the front, but nowhere near a comfortable lead. So Kingswood will be looking to build on that, whereas West will be looking to fight back. Just going to be running through a little bit again, but it's a good correction. That'll be the shot. And thank you for rejoining us on this stream. Champion of Champion pairs coming to you live from Club Merrylands. Sectional play, women's round 2. Men's round 3 action in play at our other venues around the grounds, along with women's round 2. We're, of course, headquartered for this Champion of Champions event at Merrylands. Also being played at Cabramatta, Cabramatta Diggers, Mount Lewis and St John's Park, with Guildford also used as our next venue. Guildford, of course, a club owned and operated by the Club Merrylands group. Just a very short hop, skip and a jump down the road here from Club Merrylands. Calabrese wants this to just hold its line a little longer. That's held its line long enough to draw a shot. I'm just looking for a fraction more grass than an opening bowl. Keeps the same weight, will be very good. Oh, it's very similar weight. Good home. Close to counting. In a nice area for that backhand draw for the Wests ladies. They can get a little touch there. They'll make it an easy 3. For Kingswood. I just need to be confidently drawing. Favouring the forehand here. There is a little port down to the shot bowl. Not sure it'll look as appealing on the mat, but just a little bit on the high side for the line there. Maybe needed another foot or so of running as well. Anna. Oh, like the line, but just failed to get the sand. That might just a little bit in the eye on that backhand side now as well. Chris Key has given this, Annette Fordham's given this a big chance. Just got the edge and run in. It was Chris, sorry. No, it is Annette. I got it right the first time. just going to not quite run that out. So we'll cross over for the skippers to play their final bowls on this 15th end. We're in the last third of the game. The championship ends, so to speak. Now Chris Key on the mat. She's looking to follow her partner down, get another one in that head. There's a nice little draw just around those short bowls. The line is excellent for that draw. That will be a nuisance value. Not really in the way for Wests, but will look like it is a bit from the mat. It's short enough to be a little eye catcher. Often when there's a shorter bowl, you need to go around. Players will just give that little extra push. Seems to be an unconscious reaction to say, well, I've got to get around it, and you go extra speed, and that's exactly what's happened to Maria. Chris, add up to 2 metres. Just pull this grass along a little bit. Will it hang on? No, it'll run through. Only option really is that backhand draw. So forehand draw. Backhand draw. Got it right first time. Can get a bit confusing looking at screens going one way, live action the other. And she's going to pump one of the short bowls through the head, so it'll just be the one to Kingswood. They just stretch that lead out by one more shot. $14-10 after 15 ends. Opening bowl from Annette. Just a little bit through. It's in fairly good home. Anna, though, has, well, she's a good 4 metres short with that one. Oh, decent home again from Annette. Okay, just a little energetic. Big correction for Anna though. She needs to add roughly 4 metres. Important not to be short again with this one. And she's not short. That's very well played. It's a one shot as the head stands to West's Leagues, who trail 14-10 with 15 played, 6 ends remaining in this Champion of Club Champions pairs. We're women's round 2 of sectional play. Coming to you live from Club Merrylands. Nicely pointed from Chris Key. Just the speed to be corrected with the next one. Big chance for Maria though. Nice little drawing on that back edge side. That'll be close to a second shot. Chris still can play that forehand side at a good metre. Oh, just hook the arm across a little bit as she'll release that. Trying for the metre, just push the arm. Put it across her body, hence that narrow line. It doesn't need to change your hand, just got to be a slightly tight line underneath that bowl. It's going to be a little energetic and go around, which isn't too bad because it's 2 Kingswood bowls at the back. Maybe not quite covered them. Pretty well pointed for Kingswood, just going to fade through. Well, turned her own bowl up, not enough to count. Do you fancy it's a couple to West's Leagues at this stage? Another line, a little bit short. crashing into the short bowls. It was well under the line. There's a path in on that forehand side, just around their own. A bit narrow, you got a chance to pump it up, but round it to just crash into the two short bowls. West, they just trying to draw one in. She's crashed on the short ones as well. So you can negotiate the traffic at the front of the green is the question. That is the better option. There's a few chances there. If you're a bit tight and heavy, you've got the bowl to pump up, but ideally you're just coming around it. There's a lovely line down to the jack. If you take your grass, I'd wait to effectively just get the crash and stay. Maria just wants to backhand draw. Well, what's she going to turn? That's it. Just the two. Didn't do any damage. Just 2 shots difference. 16 played. 5 ends to go. Matt back, shorter jack once again. Just gave you a little pan around the green here at Club Merrylands while the players kick the balls back. And it's a common story at the moment. They're putting a lot of short bowls in. We will be bringing you another game. We're scheduled to start the next one at 1 p.m. Still have 5 ends left of this, so a little bit tight. They're probably a little bit on the slow side getting this match completed. We were underway by 9 a.m. It's 11:48 now, so we're up around 2 3/4 hours to have played the 16 ends. We haven't killed any. Nice little run in for Annette. Just wants this to get back. Kingswood holding one. Still 1 to Kingswood as this head stands. There's a nice chance here for Anna on that backhand side just to play, slightly overplay the draw. On that tighter line, you can sit that bowl through to make 2. A little trail of that jack back is also a chance. Your own in waiting. Does need a tight line to get it though. Would want to miss that and come round. Well, it's come to a very good home. It's another one for that shot. And I think for that one, you need to come underneath the short bowl out to the right of screen. So Kingswood, it's a come round it, draw it down, try and get in between the jack and those last 2 bowls. Would like to turn that one in. Well, that's done it very nicely. Could possibly be a second shot, but I think the front one does cut it out. Very good line here from Anna. Very close. Little touch, hasn't hurt her at all. She's rolled the shot bowl through. Probably got shot out of that. Well, there's a chance here for Kingswood to play a very similar. Little touch back to their own that's just come through. Or just roll down onto that shot. Might be slightly wide line to do that. Yeah. Maria, she wants to draw around and get down to create another shot. Just not going to quite get back. Oh, good trail there for Chris Key. Got the shot. Couldn't get through the gate. Well, forehand draw here, round down to the pack. That's the line, all down to the speed now. Will it swing back? Going to go pretty close. Oh, it may be good enough to make a third. It could be a big result for Kingswood. Certainly the trail through the gate was. Oh, I might have misread that as the yellow sticker. Just in the sunlight, I think that actually is the West Bowl. Yeah, it's the darker one. It's not a blue bowl they're measuring now. That one's just out. Checking to see if that one's not in. I don't think. It's removed from the count. One's definitely one. One shot to Kingswood. Does just ease that lead out a little more. Oh, great starter for Kingswood's lead, Annette Fordham. 4 ends to go. They really do want to just ease this out in the next couple of ends to be comfortable on the last one or two. And for Wests, well, they're really playing just for pride now. A 22-shot loss to Mingara in the opening round. They would have needed to record a win by more than that. They would now almost certainly finish on a fairly positive or a fairly significant negative margin. Which means they won't win the section. Just asked to make a urgent phone call. I'll make a quick call. We'll go silent on our stream for just a moment. Oh, I can't return that call. He's busy on the phone. But it's a fairly good bowl from Anna to swing this back towards West. Maria now looking to add to this count. For Kingswood, though, they really want to get this in. Wills goes. Okay, so 2 shots to West as this head stands. Apologies for the little dip in the audio. Just had somebody send a message through. They had an urgent issue they wish to discuss, so answered that very quickly. Turns out we can solve that problem with a simple conversation. Anna now wants to add a third one. Can play with a lot of confidence here. Any turn of the jack is not going to hurt them. Probably don't really want to move it though, as it's covered up with those 2 bowls. Nice little track on the forehand there. Would love to just sit in behind to count. I would say don't really want to fatten this target up at all. Just going to sit a little on the wide side. Best 2 backwoods are for Kingswood, so as we cross over for the skips to play their final 2 bowls of this 18th end, the Kingswood ladies, they have probably got 2 seconds, maybe 3. They have the best 2 at the back, so I would favour that an attacking shot would be in order. Not sure of the capability of Chris to be able to get a lot of speed. The chance you get both of those bowls, chance you could punch the jack back to the back of the rink as well. She's certainly going fairly firm at this. Gets into her own pack, turns one over. There's another one at the back. Not sure she had the speed to get that jack all the way back though with the way it sits. Maria Plenty of speed on this. Wants to get past those ones. Crashes in and, well, that's a pretty good result for her. Not sure that's how she planned, but it's an effective block. I don't think Kingswood can score on that hand now unless she can go absolutely flat out. Oh, that's not going to come back from out there unless she gets a big edge. She's got that one flush. A chance for Maria here. Can play that forehand draw. One roll on her own, it'll definitely count. Come inside that yellow disc bowl out wide. Even if she does run into her own bowls and gets a 2-inch movement of the jack, she could even make 4 or 5. But, probably won't help their cause to progress to the knockout stages, but they'd love to record a victory in their section. And, well, I think if that was a golf shot, you'd say she shanked it. It's at least 2, and that's what they've agreed on. 2 to Western Suburbs. Now 15-14 with 3 ends to go. Just a reminder, we're scheduled to be back with you at 1 p.m. It's 12:06 now. We've got 3 ends remaining to be played, which you would imagine should take around about 24 to 28 minutes with no dead ends, 7 to 8 minutes per end, up to half an hour. So we may not be completed in time to start bang on 1 o'clock. Might be more like 20 past by the time we get back out. We do need to give the players a minimum of 30 minutes to have their lunch. They were advised they should pre-order. And the club here had a few appetising sounding pre-orders available. We always do warn people if they don't avail themselves of the pre-order and time goes for them to go out, they haven't got their lunch, that's their problem. Certainly strongly encourage people to use that pre-order. We do have a couple of games already completed. From the scoreboards, I believe Gunnedah has had a win. They'll be at the top of their section. The 2 first round winning teams were playing the first round losing teams. So it'll be up to Gunnedah to have a win this afternoon to make sure they go through. Second of our leads bowls. Annette was a little bit through with the first. It's in a very good position. And the Kingswood crowd are enjoying that one coming in. They reckon it's going to be good, and they're pretty well spot on. She's got a toucher. Draws the applause. Good enough to see that one again on replay. Well, to see the finish of it anyway. Well, there's a nice track in here for Maria. Can get down to the shot bowl, which we'd love to see. Got a toucher. And that is why you leave the lid of your toucher spray off in your pocket. That way you're not fiddling with it to try and get it open and delaying play. Instructions to the ITOs when they're marking is do not have the lid on your chalk spray, and that's the exact reason why. Second reason is, of course, in going to get it out, you can flip it out, drop it, and land on a bowl and knock it over. You'll find those who are marking high-level games should have in their pocket a pen, a card, a coin, a measure, a wedge, perhaps even 2 pens as a backup. Nothing in the top pocket if you've got the male shirt. It's in danger of falling out as you lean over. And you will have 2 sets of paddles if you're marking as an ITO, one for each of the players. The bowl's been rolled up. That was a West bowl pushed through the darker colour. Not sure that counts. Blue bowl, Jack Eye does. She's there next door. It was 16 all playing the 20th end. Between the hills and... Oh, that's a good question. Glenbrook. Don't know who won. Anna wants to get this down on that forehand side. Just hasn't quite arrived. That will be a little bit of an eye worm for the Kingswood girls, though. On that forehand side, they're going to try and play the backhand down to their own bowl. A couple of rolls out of it. Can't draw it with a right path through as well. Good intent, just a fraction on the wide side. It's got, or long, it's got back to the line of the jack. Just got to correct one of those things. Either drop the speed by the right amount or just tighten it up so that you run in through that hole trying to get the right sit. Can turn their own bowl, can also come through there and sit out the shot bowl. This one, though, may well change this. Got the right scrape, got a little touch, dropped in behind. Wow. Going to change hands now. Oh. That West bowl sitting short out to the left. The sort of one where you want to choose whether you go around it or under it. Just around is pretty good. Wants to get down to those bowls, flopping off. That is a fantastic bowl. Great bowl, Annette Fordham. Well, it's 1-2 Kingswood there. That may well have been a match winner for Kingswood, and their hopes probably depend on winning this game. Mingara have a very good margin in this section, having beaten Wests 31-9 in the first round, so plus 22. That would mean that if Wests win this game to get through in the section, the Kingswood ladies would have to win by 11 plus what they'd lost by, plus 1. So they would go in knowing they needed to win by 12, 13, 14 shots. At the start of a game, a little bit daunting. If they do happen to get a draw or a win, though, they just need to win that second game. One shot will do. A win and a draw will beat one win and one loss. Just under the line, we're out. A little bit on the wide line. Very safe line played. Not going to get around that wide short bowl. Here's one shot to Kingswood. (16-14), 2 ends remaining in this match. We've still got got a few games on their second last end. One has 18 on the scoreboard, so probably still another 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on how far through the 19th end, or whether that's one end behind on that board. Annette Fordham, she's added those Club Merrylands logos. And looks to be just travelling along. Not going to come back enough. Only 20, 30 centimetres through. It's actually pretty well pointed as far as weight goes. And Anna's just left that one a little on the shy side. Oh, this one, it's going to match that one at the front. So just a reminder, if you are looking for the full results and draw from the 24-25 Champion of Club Champions pairs, jump on the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au. from the main menu. Just point your mouse at events, the drop down, state championships, then champion of champions. Links all there to all the information. Copy of the program, link to the draws, and a link to the BowlsLink results portal, which if you'd rather go direct is results.bowlslink.com.au. You'll actually see a tile for each state member of Australian Bowls Australia. Click on Bowls New South Wales, of course, and then you'll get our events. Champion of Champions, of course, the overall event, the competitions within that, the men's and the women's. The singles draws are being worked on. They'll be available in the very near future. If you are wanting the results on your mobile device, a good suggestion is to download the Bowls Now app, available from both the Android and Apple app stores. It's published by Bowls Australia and it's free. You tap results on the bottom of the screen and that'll bring you through to the BowlsLink results portal, operated very much the same as using it on a PC. Beauty of that too, you can set an organising body or even a competition as a favourite, and then you've got the favourites menu. You can go straight to Bowls New South Wales, or during a pennant season I set my local pennant results to my favourites, so I can go there with just one tap on the phone screen, or two. Can of course then remove that favourite at the end of the season. Because I play in the Illawarra region, I've got Illawarra and Bowls New South Wales, so there's two of my favourites. Well, Kingswood leading by two ends left. It's one shot to Wests as this head stands. On the centre line, on camera it looks a bit further than it actually is. I reckon it's about 25 centimetres short of the jack. Annette Fordham, she'll try and draw in on her backhand. Good thing for Kingswood is they can afford to be a little positive. A little trail on this jack is good for them. Wants this to get out underneath. Well, got the scrub, got the touch, didn't move it enough. Just tuck that jack away a little bit. It's still available. Probably got a bit fortunate to end up in such a good spot. It was quite heavy. May have been playing for it. Maria was just indicating jack high to Anna. Very close to adding another one. Yep, that's two. So if we were calculating a live score, it'd be all square going into the last end as this head stands. Annette. Well, she's overcorrected the weight, I do feel. I'm just going to crunch into those shorter bowls. Well, got through the gap. It's third wood, not changed the position at all, but does make it that little more difficult for Wests at a third. So the Kingswood pair have a match this afternoon on the other green here at Merrylands on rink 9. They'll take on Mingara, who currently lead the section with one win plus 22. Kingswood need to hold on. They hold on and they've just got to win by one to get through. A draw is actually the same equation. Should they lose, they will need to win by a decent number to be able to take out the section. In the context of their chances to proceed in this competition, this is a big couple of bowls coming up for Chris Key. Needs to get around those short ones and down to the jack. And, well, that's actually promoted it. I think that one now counts to make it 3. Good call from Anna saying cover the back. Oh, crunched into the short ones. Oh, has she just opened up a portal for Chris Key to come down the centre line? You can get rid of one or two of those. You're still going well. No touches, so pump them onto the jack. I think I'd be suggesting that backhand or forehand doesn't matter, but be brisk through the hole in the middle, and that's exactly what she's trying to do. Wants this to get through the gate. Well, she's crunched into him. May have cut it back to 1. If she's done that, it's an excellent result. Well, 1 or 2, it's not much. Well, it is a difference because Kingswood can get by with a draw. 2 means they have to win the last end, have their best chance of taking the section. 2 on this means they must win the end. Whereas 1 means they can afford to drop a 1. No, I think it might be 2. Measure those. Okay, I'm just going to check against. Well, we're going to go and try and measure the third one now. All right, just 2 shots. So we're going to go into that last end all square. One end to go. Round 2, Women's Champion of Club Champion pairs. Coming to you live from Club Merrylands. Just a reminder, we're scheduled to be back at 1 p.m. Not sure it'll be exactly 1 when we start again. A little bit on the tardy side getting these through in some way. Well, the Crows had a go at that, Jack. There's one for the highlight reel. And his first pile close to Jack high. Just a little on the wide side. But Annette, what a starter. In behind. Beginning of that last end. All square. You need a victory to boost your chances to take out the section in round 3. That's the bowl you want. As Anna corrected her grass line with this. Well, she has. Just going to run through a fraction. Pretty good home. Can Annette repeat the dose now? Would love to get another one right in there and not present any target. This one's nicely down. Just a little bit on the shy side. Close to a second shot though. Maria on a good track here. Got some contact. I'd love to have been able to replay that. All we see is bottom. Good attempt by Chris. May still be one shot. Maria has a nice little shot here. And I was indicating before the jack, but here's one shot to Kingswood. It's another bowl in behind, so there is a nice shot for West here to play that backhand side, sit the shot bowl or trail. Kingswood need another one in that head to counter that. This one's fairly well pointed. Well, it's a good bowl, but it hasn't cut that shot off. In fact, it's made it just as attractive. Backhand, any weight at all, looking for the shot bowl. Just a slightly overplayed draw will do, up to about 6 feet. Get the shot bowl, you flop down to the jack, you've got the 2 catches behind. If you're just over the draw weight and you roll the jack, you've got 2 to catch. Anna will be on the mat. She's going to the backhand side. And from what I've seen, I think it's her preferred hand as well. She's tended to stick with the backhand as much as possible. Very close. Oh, may have just fallen back out. Held shot for about a second and then the bowl fell over. valiant effort. Just needed to get to those two black bowls at the back. Anna's bowl might have made this a little harder for them. Well, there is still that opportunity to play into that head, contact on your own bowl, turn it up onto the shot. Well, she's had a look, analysed. He's going to play that backhand side. Wants to play with enough weight to reach through this head. Plenty to play here for Wests. Oh, I don't know if she's got the weight to hold herself up on that line. That's pretty good intent, but just not quite got that correct grass line for that weight. Maybe needed to play a little bit wider and another metre or so at least. For Kingswood, they want to get down to those two darker bowls behind the jack. It's a good effort, but it's the perfect line. Needed a little more running. Well, here we go with a great bowl. Oh, she made her own shot a little more difficult with that one. Still got to play that forehand draw, try and get to those two back bowls. Really try and make another counter on the inside of those. Watch out for the crow, he's back for more. Just faded across. Well, Maria, go reasonably quick. Backhand's probably your best one. You have the best backward. But if you punch that last short bowl up, you can get it. She's going to switch to the forehand, try and draw. Oh, it's underneath. Look, if Kingswood are holding one, they should declare this head. Just making sure. Wow. Maybe they're not sure who's got shot. One bowl to play, got to decide whether they've got it. If they've got it, don't play it. They're going to declare this head, so it is one shot to Kingswood and they'll prevail 17-16. We'll watch this one again. This is the jack roll from this end. The Crow thought that looked pretty tasty. Well, we will be back in half an hour or so with the women's round 3 game. Until then, it's goodbye for now. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all later.